What the hell did Microsoft just do? I've spoken about this for ages, I've warned this might happen, and honestly, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off for gamers, I'm pissed off for the people who lost their jobs, and frankly, the developers, they deserve so much better. Microsoft yet again has had another year of record profits. Developers and employees are emailed saying it's been a great year for Xbox and Microsoft, and what do the corporate executive piece of shits do? They lay off 5% of their workforce. 9,000 jobs, with many to be replaced by foreign workers overseas and AI. Now, because of these layoffs, lots of Halo information has come out, and I'll get to that. But what annoys me is that regardless of performance, so many people, ones who have given their lives to Microsoft and have done above and beyond the call of duty, have still been made redundant. It is pathetic. Full studios have been closed. Perfect Dark, a title people were excited for, is cancelled, and from what I've seen from numerous posts online, so many support studios have been crippled by these layoffs. Even the Call of Duty support studios have been hit, some up to 50% of their workforce removed. All this does is make the remaining staff's lives so much more difficult. Longer hours, more stress, the same workload but half the staff. The whole AAA gaming space is horrible lately, and it's so frustrating to see. Now, the official post reads, despite a market capitalization of $3.36 trillion USD and CEO pay packages in the tens of millions, Microsoft today announced that it's cutting 9,000 workers worldwide, with reductions spanning various levels, teams, geographies, and tenure. The importance of this is that you can bet your bottom dollar those shitty corporate executives won't be seeing any decline in their end of year bonuses. Microsoft already laid off 6,000 jobs in May of this year, and there's apparently still more to come beyond this. As a very quick side note, there was rumors of Phil Spencer retiring after the next generation of Xbox comes out. This appears to be fake, and he has no plans to step down at all. Now, many of you watching this video are going to be asking, why does Microsoft do this? They're already making so much profit. Why do they keep axing jobs and making developers' lives harder? First, many jobs will be sent overseas to save costs. Microsoft is pushing the use of AI yet again to reduce the amount of workers that are required. An example of this, and this is where Halo comes into it, was that there was some pretty major news that came out of Halo Studios today. I'll give you the context and then give you my thoughts afterwards. 5 Halo Studios employees have been laid off in this round of layoffs, and many of them are particularly pissed off about it. Some are managerial positions that have been around for a while, and others have been working their asses off to make Halo as good as it possibly can be. One post on Blue Sky read, the lamest part about this layoff has been trying to not take it personally. I worked my ass off for the last 4 years on Halo, helping to turn that burning dumpster fire of a live service to a place where, while not wildly profitable, at least the sentiment wasn't 343 forever and ever. First of all, this indeed confirms that Infinite does turn a tidy profit nowadays after the dumpster fire of a first year the game had, and while people are apathetic and don't really care about the game so much nowadays, it is finally at feature parity with past titles. It also shows, and I've said this for a while, there's a lot of developers absolutely working themselves to the bone day in, day out to try and make Halo as good as it can be. It's those damn executives who keep making the broad sweeping decisions who are to blame. Now, as a result of these layoffs, a full article was published with one of the laid off employees in an interview. They said many things about Halo. I saw a lot of people instantly go doom and gloom here, but I reached out to my own personal sources and got given some extra information, so I'll go through it and then add my own bit on the end. Some of the things here royally pissed me off, but at least I can provide extra context. The mood at the studio is tense, especially when it comes to one project that was recently in crisis. I don't think anybody is really happy about the quality of the product right now. There's been lots of tension and pep talks to rally folks to ship. What my questions were when I asked about this was I wanted to understand the why. Why are there tensions? What is affecting the quality? How come one project was in crisis? What context can I provide to better help people understand what's going on, as when you read that, it sounds horrible. From my understanding is that moving to the Unreal Engine is planned to improve workflow over time. It's the main reason for the change from the Slipspace engine. But to get to that point, you need the systems and documentation in place to expedite those development times. When you're building these systems and then building multiple games, that is still a lot of work, very long hours, very high stress, and as somebody who worked in a high stress environment for years, especially when there's differing opinions, that can cause tensions to rise. Halo Studios was still hiring a creative director, basically a Joe Staten. I don't know if they've filled this position, but I think it's of critical importance that they do. A creative director gives vision, a direct path forward, and will basically work to understand why certain limitations are in place and then take those concerns higher up. That's what Joe Staten did during Infinite's development to get that game over the line. I can't imagine how the game would have looked without him. He did wonderful, by the way. The tensions also come from, and this follows on to the next dot point, since 2023, there's been a general shift towards working with contracted studios rather than individual contractors in the US and the EU to speed up Halo production. Again, it falls to Microsoft's shitty contractor policy, rotating staff, making people's jobs harder. Again, another reason that causes tensions to go up. You're not building a game exclusively in-house. You have to collaborate with multiple outside agencies, and then with the European ones, time zones play into a factor. The why of all of this is so important to me because we all on the channel want Halo to succeed, and we're all really vocal about wanting games to launch properly now. To me, the Unreal Halos are make or break. They really are. So if I can give extra context where I can, that better helps you, the viewer, have a better understanding on the situation. I think that's really great. In saying that, now to the part that royally pissed me off. And I don't get angry often, but this really pissed me off. The developer went on to say that Microsoft is trying their damnedest to replace as many jobs as they can with AI agents. I warned about this. I knew those stupid executives would try this shit. They wouldn't use AI as a tool, they would use it to make developers obsolete. Stop doing this, Microsoft. Straight up. Stop doing it. All it does is make the lives of the day-to-day employees so much harder. More work, less time, and from what I hear, the more they lay off those staff, the more it forces developers to use AI as they just don't have any time. But again, Microsoft, why would you know any of this? Your heads are so far up your own asses, you have no idea of game development. All you look at is the stupid bottom line of your stupid profits. It's pathetic. It really is. As soon as I heard how much time and resources Microsoft was pumping into AI, I knew this was what they were going to do. They're not gamers, they do not care, and they're fundamentally killing the hard work of many studios who just want to make good games. Like seriously, Microsoft, do you want your game studios to be successful, or are you just going to buy up everything and then lay off a majority of staff? Because you've axed nearly 15,000 jobs in a year when your profits are almost exponentially increasing since the global pandemic. The big concern for me is the improper use of AI. If AI was used as a tool to help speed up monotonous tasks, I think everyone would be fine with that. Automation of information, databases, things that can take forever that a robot would be useful for, but it shouldn't be used to replace an artist or a developer themselves. A human has a soul, a human has creativity, and that is something a robot will never be able to replace. Video games to me are an art form, and I truly believe that replacing irreplaceable staff with a machine is the worst decision you could ever make. That's it. That's all I had to say. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.